How are you doing, everybody? This is Jonathan, your fitness business management expert, and in this video I'm going to talk about client motivation just to even work out and come to the gym. I've had this situation before, maybe you've had it as well, or maybe you will have it, where you have a client who came in and was like on fire, and they were doing all the things right. They were eating healthily and they were working out religiously, they were seeing great results, and then somewhere along the line, for whatever reason, they just stopped putting the kind of effort in that they used to. And I want to help you figure out how to get them back on track or explain why this might be happening. So I took some time to think about this, and to me, a lot of clients are like lawnmowers, all right? In my personal trainer psychology 101 video, I explained that most clients are of the 98%, and these are the people that are in your boot camp for emotionally based reasons, either for somebody or to impress somebody, or because they've lost their standing with somebody. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put a link where you can watch it. But of this 98%, these people can be swayed very easily based on what somebody says or does to them, and that will affect how they exercise. So if you think about the way a lawnmower works, it has to be started, and then the motor just keeps going until it stalls or until you stop it. So when your client is like on fire, their motor is going, okay? Their motor is going because they were started. The same way that you start a lawnmower, you have to kind of like jolt it, you have to pull that ripcord to get them going. A client got jolted at some point before they even met you, all right? That's what got them in the door. Either their spouse is no longer as attracted to them, they're threatened by somebody else, they have an event that they want to go to and they're nervous about how they're going to look, or maybe they sat in a chair and they couldn't fit, or they tried to dress on and they couldn't fit, or somebody said something, whatever happened, something outside of you jolted them, okay? So they got really inspired and that got their motor going, all right? So, okay, we're on. The blades are spinning, we're gonna work out extra hard. And so they're getting the job done. They're cutting the grass, they're trimming the fat. And, you as the trainer are doing two things. You're kind of like the push guy. You're guiding them along as their motor is going, and you're just making sure, you're finding new ways to help them burn fat and just putting them in that direction or putting them on that path, and they're burning the fat off. Now, at some point, for whatever reason, they are going to stop, or they're going to stall. Something happens. Holidays come around, and all of a sudden they're eating healthily, or, which is something that I actually worry about, is they get a compliment too soon. Oh, you look amazing, and then they forget about their end goal, and all of a sudden they kind of like, they go on autopilot. You're pushing them, but they're not cutting any grass anymore. Their motor stopped going. And so trainers oftentimes get frustrated, and they think it's on them to yell at the client or to talk to the client. And I've tried out a million different things with my clients. But when I saw them lose their motivation, and I asked them, what's going on? Why are you stopping? I don't know. I don't know what happened. One situation in particular that I didn't know until much later on. A client came out on fire, and then soon after she just kind of started coasting, and I couldn't understand why until we had a long talk. She told me that she had just gotten out of a relationship, and you know how it is. As soon as somebody gets dumped, they just start working out, or they get that I'll show him or I'll show her mentality. All of a sudden they start working out more, they start taking their job more seriously, just to make that person jealous, whatever the case may be. And this is what this woman was doing. So it just turned out that she got into a new relationship, and her partner was happy with how she was, so she was kind of cool. She was like, oh, well, he's gushing over me now, so I guess I just kind of stopped caring. And that just happens. So you as a trainer, you're yelling at them, you're just pushing them, you're calling them, you're saying, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. You're doing everything that you should do as a trainer, and I get that. but that's not necessarily going to start their motor. Something's going to have to trip them up again. It's got to be, it's the same way that that ripcord is. It's got to be a violent pull, and it's got to be it's got to get to them personally. It's got to get deep to the client. This jolt has to be something that really inspires them deep down inside. So it's got to be something that they really care about. Maybe it's a vacation that they really, really want to look good in, or maybe they're going to see that ex again. But you as a trainer, although it may be frustrating, at least from my experience, there isn't that much that you can do because you're not that intertwined to their hearts. You're not somebody that can sway them that much. While they do appreciate you and while they may respect you, you may not have what it takes to turn them. But what you can try to do is you can try to captivate them. So, for instance, I have, for the longest time, been trying to get my clients to run on their own, and they wouldn't do it. And I just had a great idea. I said, all right, well, hey everybody, we're going to do the Warrior Dash. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for those of you that aren't experienced, there's a large amount of mud runs that have come up. There's a Tough Mudder, the Spartan Race, and one of them is called the Warrior Dash, and I feel that it's one of the easier large ones. All right, so it's all over the country. It's not a regional one, and it's fairly easy. It's only about 5K, and the obstacles are not so difficult. So we made it. I made it a big thing for the boot camp. Like, we're all going to do the Warrior Dash, and people were like, "Well, how long is it?" 5K, and they were excited to do it. They signed up, and they were nervous. They said, "Well, man, I really don't want to look ridiculous." So that's why they started running. It was a performance-based thing. Like, I couldn't have yelled at them, and I couldn't have told them, "Hey, you need to work harder because I said so, because I really want you to," because it doesn't affect them. You're not gonna, unless you're the type of trainer that's that's ballsy enough to fire them and go like, "Fine, I just won't train you anymore." Then you pushing them will be counterproductive, to the point where you may accidentally insult them when that's not your goal. Your goal is just to motivate them. So you have to captivate them with something. So I'll put a link over to the video because I made a documentary on our experience as a boot camp as we did the Warrior Dash. And something in particular happened with a few of the clients. The great thing about the Warrior Dash is that they give you a chip that you can put into your sneaker so you can track your time, and you're put up against everybody else that did the Warrior Dash for your age group, overall, for your sex or gender. And when some of the people saw the times, at the end they said, I really wish that I had done better. I could do better. I'm going to take this a little bit more seriously now. Now they've been captivated by something. Something has gotten their motor going again. So when you find that clients start to lose their motivation, you need to find a jolt. Something has to get to them on a personal level, and I honestly don't think the trainer-client relationship is enough to get to them on that much of a personal level. Even Biggest Loser. All right, I'm not the biggest fan of the Biggest Loser, but what gets people to work as hard as they do, it's not the trainer. All right, it's $250,000 or $500,000, however much the money prize is. That's what got them on the show, and that's what allowed them to take the abuse. Now the trainers are there, and that's good, and they're pushing the mower once the motor's starting. But what got that motor started is the $500,000, the exposure, and the fact that they're put on television. So don't be fooled in thinking that you have to yell at your client like Jillian Michaels does. Although she did it before she got on the show, and it may work for some people, by and large, I don't think it'll work. So learn how to captivate your clients. Learn how to give them a challenge for them to shoot for, and then their motor will continually stay on. Now, in addition to, I guess that's it. Yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put a message down below, and I'll go further deep into this. But I hope you found this video helpful. Remember to comment on this video, like this video, add this to your favorites if you find this content to be of any particular value. Add this to your favorites because I will routinely change the title of the video or change the playlist that it is in for search engine optimization. So if you always want access to the video, add this to your favorites to always have access to this content. If you're on the Facebook, share this video with your trainer friends. If you're on Twitter, retweet this video because there are a lot of other trainers out there that will not have access to this information if it wasn't for your help. So if you find this to be of any particular value, you're getting it for free. So instead of trying to pay it back, pay it forward. And finally, if you just happen to stumble upon this video, then add this to, then subscribe to this channel because this channel is dedicated toward helping people get into the fitness industry as professionals, helping personal trainers become better personal trainers or bootcamp owners, and helping bootcamp owners become very successful bootcamp owners. So there's going to be a wealth of information. And if you subscribe to this channel, I promise that I will do my best to hold your attention. So, remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment, message, email me. Remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe, stress levels low, get rest, don't slap anybody. I will see you all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.